Welcome back. I have just picked all these guavas. They smell amazing. We are going to blitz this up, we're going to strain it, and then we're going to make some guava ice cream. I was going to do a cheesecake, but I just think it's a lot easier to whack this into an ice cream machine. So let's get started. Just going to give these a quick wash, and then we're going to pop them into the food processor or the Thermomix and just blitz them all up. So I'm just going to pop the ends off them. Once we blitz all this up, we'll just get the juice off it and strain it, get the seeds out, and then we'll make some ice cream with it. Probably sweeten it up a little bit. It's quite sweet already, but yeah, we'll probably put a little bit of sweetener in this. Oh, that smells so good. Some of this is just getting to the point where it's going to be very sweet in the middle, and it's very soft. So get it in here and we'll strain it. Okay, let's blitz this up. I think I might just add a little bit of water in there. It'll just make it easier when we go to strain it, because it's very, very thick. Wow, she's very thick. Okay, so we're going to make two things. We're going to make a sorbet and we are going to make an ice cream, because we have a lot of pulp. I may even freeze some to put aside for later as well. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to blend some sugar in with it so I can sweeten it up. So I'm not using normal sugar, I'm using xylitol. There is no recipe for this. I just looked up a raspberry recipe, raspberry ice cream and raspberry sorbet recipe, so it's just going by the taste of things. I just want to blend the sugar up a little bit and break it up. It's quite crystallized. So now it's really fine powdery. So that's exactly what I want. Just going to blend it up and we'll taste it and see if it's sweet enough. Now I noticed the recipes because I'm just using a raspberry ice cream recipe, and I noticed that the recipes say to put some lime juice in there, but this is, oh my gosh, yum. I'm just going to put a little bit of lime juice in. Have any? Yep. Just going to put a little bit more sugar in there. Blitz it up. Oh my. Yum. Wow. Okay, that's enough. Oh, how do we not fit that back in there? I think we aerated it too much. Hang on. Okay, let's get this one done. Oh, actually, I've got to put some sugar in first. Powder that up a bit. I'm not even going to wash the bowl because I'm making ice cream in it. So I've got 8 cups in that one and over 4 cups in that one. What I'm going to do is with that one, I'm going to make some sorbet, some guava sorbet, and with half of this one, I'm going to make an ice cream, and the other half, I'm going to pop into the fridge until tomorrow, and depending on which one I like out of these the most, I'll make the third batch into something, either a sorbet or another ice cream. So we're going to start with our custard base for our ice cream. I'm using duck eggs. That's all we've got at the moment. So we're separating the egg whites. I'm going to keep the white because I'm going to use the egg white when I make the sorbet. You can use whatever eggs you want, chicken eggs, duck eggs, whatever. I've just got plenty of eggs from the ducks at the moment, so that's what we're using. And I actually think that the duck eggs, the yolks out of the duck eggs make much nicer custard base. Much more creamier. What you want to do is have a nice custard base so you don't have ice crystals in your ice cream. That was 6. I'm actually going to put another 2 in. I keep all my egg shells and I dry them out, and then I feed them back, blitz them up and feed them back to the animals. Okay, put that aside. I don't want to put too much sugar in this custard base because I already have sugar in my guava. Actually, I'm just going to blitz that up first. I'm going to get the cream. The higher fat content you use, the less crystallizing you're going to have. I don't want to waste that, so I'm going to rinse that out with a bit of water. Now I still have a little bit of room in here, and I don't have any milk. Oh, far out. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit of full cream milk just to top it up. So I'm going to get a full load. So I'll get 2 batches out of this ice cream. Okay, so basically we just have a creamy custard base. We are going to heat this up and turn it into a custard. Oh, nearly forgot the vanilla. A little bit of vanilla in there. This is a double batch. More than likely I will make one as a guava ice cream, and the other one I'm just going to keep vanilla to start with. We're going to cook it for about, we'll start at 10 minutes at 80 degrees, 90 degrees. Just going to let it spin for a little bit. We'll come back. All right, I did give it 10 minutes extra because it wasn't warm enough. I've tipped it all into this container. We're going to pop this into the fridge and cool it down, and then we're going to mix the guava in with it. So we will be back in a couple of hours. This is going to take a little while to cool down. Whipping attachment for my Thermomix. that in there. I'm going to use some of the egg whites from our ice cream. Okay, I'm just going to beat that up a little bit. I've got the ice cream machine cooling down. You don't have to have an ice cream churner. You can put this straight into the freezer. All right. Let's have a look. Okay. Disclaimer, I don't really know what I'm doing here. All I'm doing is just giving it a bit of a whip. We're not trying to make meringue. We are just fluffing the egg white up a little bit. I'm just going to pour this in there and mix it up. Alright, so this is what we ended up with. Tastes delicious. You can't taste the egg white in it. I'm going to pop this into the ice cream churner. And we're going to start. You need that ice cream base to be cold. To go into the ice cream churner, you're going to have that ice cream base cold. The colder it is, the quicker it's going to freeze, the less chance you've got of having those icicles. So if you're putting something hot into the freezer, even if you don't have an ice cream churner, you're going to have ice particles because it's taking too long for it to freeze up. So yeah, make sure that you always cool your base down, add what you need to, put it back in the fridge if you need to, put it in there for a couple of hours, as long as it's cool when you put it into your into the freezer or when you put it into your ice cream maker. That way you're gonna have a nice creamy consistency in your ice cream without having those icicle bits in it. I learned that the hard way. All right, we'll come back when we are ready to take the sorbet out and when we're ready to do the ice cream. Okay, we lost our audio here for some reason, so I'm just going to do a voiceover. The sorbet had finished and I am just emptying it out into the plastic container. We're going to pop this into the freezer. As you can see, it is not solid. It's still quite a little bit runny, but it will harden up in the freezer. Now I did have to do a little taste test just to make sure that it's going to be okay. And it was absolutely delicious. That is me saying, oh my God, wow. Give it a little smooth out, level it out, pop a lid on top, and pop it into the freezer. Now it's time to bring the ice cream base out. Just checking it to see if it's cool enough. It's still actually a little too warm to put into the ice cream machine. So we're going to take the cooled guava pulp and the ice cream base, and we're going to mix half and half with it. So we're going to take half of the ice cream base and half of the cooled pulp and mix together. I'm just going to take this mix now, put it into a container, and then pop it into the fridge to continue to cool down. It's cool enough now so we can put it into the ice cream machine. Let's try and do this without spilling it too much. Once this is done, we'll pop it into the freezer and come back in the morning to check on it. Welcome back. We're going to give that ice cream and sorbet a taste. That's the sorbet. It's a lot shinier, and that is the ice cream. It's a little bit more creamier. So let's give this a taste. Oh wow. Yum. Oh yeah, that is so delicious. They turned out really good for a sorbet, so it doesn't become too icy. Is that you cool it down first, and then it doesn't take too long to freeze. If it takes too long to freeze, then that's when you're creating large icicles in your ice cream. This is delicious. Yum. All right, let's taste the ice cream. She's a bit hard. Homemade ice cream hasn't got any preservatives in it, so it will be hard. You might just have to leave it out for 5 or 10 minutes for it to soften up a bit. Oh, yum, yum. So this one, even though it's ice cream, I think this tastes very much like a frozen yogurt. Still delicious. I'm not going to complain about it. It's healthy. It's low carbs. I've only used xylitol in this, so it's got artificial sweetener in it. Yeah, oh gosh, that is so good. But yes, it definitely tastes like a frozen yogurt. Very good. So that is those two. The leftover pulp I've just frozen into cubes. I really don't think we're going to be able to eat this much ice cream, so I've cubed the rest of the pulp up and we can make whatever we want with it at some point. Anyway, thanks for watching and we'll see you on the next video.